dengan penebel, aku dengan Saiti.
Aku bukan saya pergi kadang. Kau lah kaki dia tadi. Tak, aku tak buat kaki. Nanti bila angin tiup dia kan pusing. Kita tengah jalan ni. Ini tak gila dengan jemputan. Inilah cari nama, ini dah pegang bendera. Apa jaga prop ni?
Dia ada 3 round, betul?
3 round betul?
3 round kan? Kenapa round ketiga jauh sangat? Bulan Januari?
Slot.
Tak ada. Penuh lah sini. Bawa lah kita orang pergi Indon ke, pergi Bangkok ke.
Aku tak apa pergi. Tapi kat Buriram nanti kat best juga. Kat Buriram punya berat tu. Gazu kat Buriram tu. Dia panggil PSS kat Buriram. Oh, PSS saya. 24 jam tahun ni.
Kau sempat makan tadi? Sempat. Sedut lah.
Dia panggil apa? Bukan makan lah.
Bukan makan lah. Itu dah kira masuk istilah minum dah tu.
Jam ni pun dah.
A series where competitive races are born.
And it's go, go, go!
New action. Triumphs.
Number 1. Let's go.
And drama. An all-new machine.
Number 1. Number 1.
The biggest racing talents are ready to battle.
Final turn to the honest race. Hands are waving, checker flags are waving. He takes the win.
Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival. An epic showdown like never before. It is time to reset the game. Let the racing begin.
Startup goes into P2.
Dogfight.
And goes into P1.
Adrenaline pumping in your veins. Yeah! Excitement in the air. Music and entertainment. Lots and lots of drama. Number 1, number 1.
My goodness!
This is Gazoo Racing.
All of you motorsports fans, wherever you may be, welcome to the Thunderdome. That is the Petronas Sepang International Circuit. My name is Mio Adlan, and now you are watching the TGR Vios Challenge Season 7. Yes, that's why we're down here, folks. We're going to be witnessing a pretty awesome race. We are anticipating a lot of things happening down here, brought to you by TGR. As you may already know, when it comes to TGR, TGR gives everyone a platform for all of the young racers out there to stand a chance to begin their careers or to begin their hobby, basically, and turning it into something majestic and something magnificent moving forward. And ever since we've started quite a while bit, we are very much now in Season 7. Because why? When it comes to TGR, as mentioned, it's all about the grassroots. It's all about building all of the talents, looking at the pool, not just locally, but internationally as well. And not forgetting the machines that these drivers are gonna be handling throughout the whole races here. Throughout the 7 seasons, 3 different models of Vios have been introduced, and for this year, it is actually the latest one that is going to be used down here at the Sepang International Circuit. So believe you me when I say that it's going to be a challenging and it's going to be an awesome as well as spectacular race down here at the Sepang International Circuit. We have rookies down here. We have seasoned players as well. So make sure you guys tune in throughout the whole 1-hour race that we have brought to you down here. There's 3 rounds actually. Today is the first round, and the second round will be happening sometime in September. All you have to do is just check out all of the informations online, then you get all of the facts and figures. So of course, as mentioned, 33 drivers will be on the grid today, challenging for their top prize and ultimately for the penultimate award at the end of round 3. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm together with my fellow competitor who's sitting very pretty in his cold and very spacious room, Jeevan.
Always, thank you very much, Mio. Great to be here. It's a fantastic honor
to once again kick off Toyota Gazoo Racing for another year here up at Sepang. It is such an incredible platform, as Mio just said, for developing young racers and turning them into champions. And it's been, I mean, it's unbelievable that it's now in its 7th season and it's already created champions, but it's still doing what it's supposed to do, which is bringing some of the brightest talents from karting and sim racing, and as Mio said, turning their hobbies into fully fledged racing careers. And we've seen the likes, I mean, some of the names that you've already seen even just today. This is, of course, early evening at Sepang, and the 33 cars already on the track, but some of the names that you've already heard of, Putra Adam, for example, is a classic example, have come through TGR Racing and are already making their mark, and at such a young age. That's what it's all about. Of course, Neo did point out the brand new car as well. There have been 3 versions of the Toyota Vios. It's a highly reliable car when it comes to touring car racing, and this latest one is set to really set the track on fire. The first was season 1 and 2, that was the Vios NCP 150. Then season 3, 4, 5, and 6 saw the Vios NCP 151. This is the Vios NGC 100, and what's it all about? Well, it has it's a much better car. We'll get to that in just a second because we've got some of these drivers to talk to. Mio has made his way already to one of them. Let's get down to the grid and talk to one of them.
All right, that's it, Jeeves. I'm actually down here at a P1. We are at Nakib Azlan's car, number 17. Nakib, this is not really a foreign place for you. P1 is quite comfortable for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I like to make it as my home.
Yeah, only if you could in every single race. But yeah, let's talk about TGR for a bit. Again, you started off with TGR's program a few years back, being one of the rookies before, and now you're basically a bit of a senior, sophomore, I should say. So how has TGR been for you in regards of the experience and the chances that it has given to you personally?
Well, TGR, I think, is arguably one of the best manufacturers out there in Malaysia right now in terms of giving a chance for talents, young talents, a chance to prove themselves, you know. They have a dream, and they share this dream with us, and it shapes us to become, dreams of the future, champions of Malaysia, champions of the world, hopefully one day.
Yeah.
But I think it's just great that we're doing this even more so just to build up the racing, spirit in this country, and I just hope they continue to do it a lot longer because we all here racers, we love it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, it gives everyone that chance, that opportunity for you to excel in the sport that you love. And the fact that you have Tengku Jan in P2 just right beside you, sharing a bit of that spotlight, like you're there, right? You're at Tengku Jan's level. How does that make you feel?
It's great, it's flattering, but I try not to think about it too much, I treat everyone as a competitor. Ultimately, Tengku Jan has been my teammate in S1K for the last 3 years, so there's a bit of respect there, but yeah, at the end of the day, I still want to beat him. He still wants to beat me, ultimate for sure. So let's see what happens at turn 1.
All right, let's see what happens. Thank you so much, Naki, and have a great race.
Thank you so much.
All right, G, back to you.
It's great when people say, let's see what happens at turn 1, because of course that is the most important turn. But a very interesting point that was brought up just now in that interview about the transference of experience. Tengku Jan, of course, a 3-time champion and just an incredible racer, racing with these young guys, not only here, in some of the other tournaments as well. And that's how they get better at attacking, at defending, and basically becoming, as they said, champions, because it's not easy for young racers, especially anywhere around the world, but even in Malaysia, to take that hobby of wanting to race and wanting to win and turning it into a proper racing career. And we're going to talk to Tengku Jan right now. Mio's made his way over to his car. Let's get down there.
All right, now I'm together with Tengku Jan. Jan, seriously, I just had a chat with Naki there. He said that as much as he respects you being his teammate for S1K, but he still wants to beat you. How do you take that? As such a junior driver, you such a, I wouldn't say veteran, but again, more experience. How does that make you feel?
Oh, that's good, it's called spirit of competition. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when we're on track, the reason why we are racing here this weekend is because every one of us, from the first car to the last car, we all want to try and win.
Mm-hmm.
So it's healthy, and it's going to be a great race. I tell you this. for sure.
Yeah, definitely healthy competition. But of course, I do need to ask you about TGI and how TGI also has helped you to build your career as well. You being a strong supporter of them. So share with us in your own words a few bits.
You know, the beauty about this race is, you know, the cars are heavily scrutinized. They are actually built by Toyota, and all we do is run them and race them, you know, during the weekend. And so basically, you've got equal equipment, and it all comes down to your race strategy and, of course, your skills.
Of course, skill plays an important role, but not much important as everything succumbing to one, working together.
Definitely.
Definitely. All right, Jan, I don't want to take any more of your time. Good luck to you, man. Have a great race.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Ajib, that's it. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Mio. As always, looking forward to the race. And what Tengku Jun has said is very, very true. It is a one-make series, so all of these cars absolutely exactly the same. They're not road Toyota Vioses. Of course, they have been tweaked up a little bit in terms of becoming race cars. You have to do that if you're going to have a race car on a race track. But it is an equal level playing field, whether you're experienced, whether you're brand new. It's your time to show that you have what it takes, and what it takes is called racecraft. It is about attacking lines, defending lines, and finding out how you can get the most out of this wonderful car. As I said, this new Toyota Vios has so much more extra power in it. It's rigid and stable. It's a new platform. It's more responsive to driver input, and it is capable of faster lap times. It's also hugs corners a lot better as well. It's got quicker acceleration. So this is the ultimate Vios so far of the three that have been used over the last 7 years. And what a great experience it is for these young drivers to be able to drive this car. We're almost ready to go. And just before we go to, as you can see, the 3-minute board, we're going to get down to the grid once more with Mio. I just heard that because of the 3-minute board, we're not going to be able to get that interview to you because it is race time now. So all the non-essential personnel are leaving the grid. There are strict rules as to this. As you can see, the 33 cars standing in their formation, ready for the formation lap. A bit of an outline as to how this kicks off Toyota Gazoo Racing. Of course, you are most probably well aware of the brand of Toyota Gazoo Racing. For this year, this is going to be the first of 3 rounds. The second round is going to be in the 27th to 29th of September. And the third and final round, as we look at the defending champion, Mitchell Chia, who won by just 2 points last year, I can tell you, over Putra Adam. These 3 rounds, the last round will be in January 2025. And of course, the second round, this first round is run in conjunction with the Malaysia Championship Series. The second round is going to actually signal the start of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival. And as you know, that comes with all sorts of extra activities and events for the fans that are gathered around. It really is a 360-degree event, but right at the center of it is the Vios Challenge. And what this is about is becoming the start of that racing pyramid for some of these drivers. And as I said, there are 6. There's batch 4. It's all tied into the Toyota Gazoo Young Driver Talent Program. And as we look at the full circuit that's going to be used just for this round, so round 2 and round 3 are going to be just the south circuits with 15 corners, 5.543 kilometers, and those 2 long straights where you can try get your overtaking on, back straight and front straight. Very, very tough track for anyone to race on. And we're now down to 1 minute. So this is going to be a 60-minute race. It's a 1 minute, 60 minutes plus leader. But this is actually a double header to kick off the season. Round 2 and round 3 will be 30-minute races, which means it's double points on offer for all the drivers for this opening round. It'll be a race today and a race tomorrow as well. No pit stops. It's straight start to finish to see which of these drivers can come out on top. Looking at the grid, Nakib Aslan from Axel Sports on row 1, right next to Mitchell Chia. In row 2, from Prima Pearl, Tengku Jan and Freddie Ang, row 2. Row 3 is Nabil Aslan, that's Nakib's brother, and Eddie Liu Kawai. Moving on, Putra Adam from Laser Motor Racing in row 4. Bradley Benedict Anthony in Pierce Automobile joining him on row 4. William Ho and Adi Rahimi, who's also another one of these drivers, has come through from E-Racing to Real Racing, joining him in row 5. Aman Nagdev, the Indian driver, in row 6. Row 7 is Amirul Hakul and Shafiq Shamsuddin. Teo Hongzhu and Liu Zhanyan in row 8. Row 9 is the Rook team, Nexpa and PCM Group Racing Team. As we move through row 10, as HLT Crestmax Motorsports Nkai there, Dr. Ken Fu from Kulim Top Wheels joining him. Amirul Arif Wahid and Lim Chun Beng in row 11. Ashin Shanmuganathan and Shanmuganathan Arumugam in row 12. And that is the grid as they're already off on their formation lap. Well, as I was saying, this is very much linked into that Toyota Gazoo Youth Young Driver Talent Development Program, and it's actually batch 4 of the rookies that are coming through this year, and some of the other batches from batches 1, 2, and 3. As I said, we've already seen them go on to great success, and it's just the start of their careers. But the 6 rookies that are taking part in season 7, well, they are bristling with talent, that's all I'm going to say. And let's see how they do here in round 1. So it's all important, a 3-round series, to get this first round as a good, stable performer. As I said, the cars, Tenku-chan just pointed out that these cars are pretty much built from factory, so there's not much extra tweaking that needs to be done. Altogether, including the 6 rookies that are taking part in this season, that's 24 rookies that have graduated so far from the youth development program. So these TGR rookies: Brandon Ho, Adam Mikhail, Audrey Leong, Amirul Afik, Kingston Tan, and Raja Amirul. All big names in simulator and kart racing, but now it's stepping up to the big leagues. So as they make their way around the track, this is turn 9 and 10. The weather here at Sepang throughout the day, this is an evening race. It's just coming up to 6 p.m. now. It has been off and on. It's been rained for a bit in the afternoon, but that moisture seems to have dried up now. So a dry race ahead of them as they make their way through turn 11. Very fast part of the course here. It's turn 12. And as you can see, downhill into turns 13 and 14. That'll lead on to the back straight. So with double points on offer, that means there's 40 points on offer for these races right now. Well, it's so different from having multiple makes and marks. By having a one-make series, it really does mean wheel-to-wheel racing and bumper-to-bumper stuff. So making their way around to the start grid now. The 3 classes of racing. Used to be 4: sporting, super sporting, and the rookie category. And that takes care of professional, amateur, and the young drivers as well. First time this year, international races from the likes of Thailand, Daniel Uy from Singapore, and as I said, there's the Indian driver as well. So rapidly turning into a regional and international tournament as they get set up on the grid, ready for the start. Green flags at the back, which means we are ready to race. And as the lights go out, it's a mad rush for turn one, as you'd expect. But look at that, all of these cars with equal power and equal performance. You've got to pick the exact racing line. That's Nakib Aslan that's leading off the pack into turn one. And it's good to see them all safely through turns 1 and 2. It can get very, very tight in that first 2 corners. And it's all smoothly into turn 5. That's Mitchell Chow that's already taken second spot. Looks like Tengku Jan in third. The race clock, as you can see, has started at the top of your screen. Absolutely nothing between them on this opening lap so far. Well, it's all about keeping that racing line, and there's one car that definitely splayed a bit wide. Well, it's not just about points this year also. It's an absolutely massive prize money total. It was almost 700,000 ringgit. Oh, and there is some action up at T9. That's Amirul Haikal from Super Evergreen that's off on the gravel. Should be able to get back on track though. Well, it was always looking likely with all these cars bunched up so tightly together. And it looks like he is very slowly getting back on track. Oh, that front tire is absolutely blown. That's going to not only leave a lot of debris on the track, it means that his race has been pushed out. As you can see, it's just a lot of bump and grind there. He was very unlucky to be at the end of that. It could have been a much, much bigger incident, in fact. Two of the laser motor racing cars looking in tight formation, and that is Nakib Aslan. Right behind him is Mitchell Chow. Freddie Yang has now taken third spot. And I can tell you it's Mitchell Chow that's put in the fastest lap so far, 2:58.897. So he's definitely pushing for the lead. And that means that Nakib Aslan is going to have to be looking into his mirrors. Bit of damage there. Continue with that rear bumper just lagging. So a great run from Freddie Yang so far to push past Tengku Jan. Mitchell Chow, that 61 car, the fastest car on track right now. So he's really pushing Nakib Aslan. His brother Nabil is in 5th. Putra Adam is in 6th. Eddie Liu is in 7th. And William Ho in 8th, Adi Rahimi in 9th, and Bradley Benedict Anthony rounds off the top 10. And between them, well, there's not much at all. Roughly 6 seconds between the first top 10 cars. Is managing to defend that line, and he's lapping a full second slower than Mitchell Chow in second, so he's doing very, very well right now to keep that top spot. And behind them, as you can see, just a train of cars coming through turn 9 at speed. That might be some more contact. No. Well, that was Shanmuganathan Armugam in 23rd. We just saw coming through. And that's the gap right now visually between Nakib Aslan and Mitchell Cha. Remember, no pit stops. Looks like he's actually pulled away a little. Well, these 6 TGR rookies right now in 21st, 23rd, 26th, 27th, 28th, and 33rd. That's Tang Hon Rei, who's actually in the pits right now. So immediately lessons being learned by the TGR rookies. And the top 12 positions occupied by the super sporting racers. So that's Eddie Liu and Putra Adam, the 2 laser motor racing cars fighting amongst themselves. Right now it's Eddie Liu who's ahead. That is 6th and 7th. Well, they'll be looking to pool their resources together. You can see just how far behind they are. The leader. Behind them, well, that's William Ho, Bradley Bennett, Anthony, Adi Rahimi in that 70 car. What a great story. Adi Rahimi essentially is the story of youth development racing, coming through from EMCS into the MCS, and now racing the big saloon racing cars as well. Well, as you can see, William Ho is still racing with that broken left side back bumper, and that's not going to be helping his aero at all. And there is an incident that's being investigated by race control at turn 9. We'll keep you updated on how that goes. So that is Putra Adam ahead of his teammate Eddie Liu. Currently lapping at 2:53. So Nakib Aslan has now taken the fastest lap of the race, 2:52.999. He's definitely putting up a fight against Mitchell Cha, who's lapping at 2:53. There's only one other car, and that's Tengku Jan, who's lapping at 2:53. Sorry, no, there's actually another 4 cars after that. That's how close it is. There he is, number 61, Mitchell Cha. Himself went from being a Malaysian touring car champion to a regional touring car champion, and he's raced in pretty much every touring car championship I can think of in the region. Defending champion, of course, as I said, from Vios Challenge Season 6 last year, but by 2 points. That's how close it was. And he's under real pressure here from Tengku Jan, who has a look on the inside. But that's well defended by Mitchell. So the top 3 now, absolutely nothing between them. But Tengku Jan is looking to grab second spot. And by doing that, he's keeping Mitchell occupied enough that Nakib Aslan can start to pull away. The gap now is about 1.9 seconds between first and second. And it's just 0.3 seconds between these two. All playing into the hands of Nakib Aslan. whatever Mitchell is trying, it's just not, he just cannot shake Tengku right now. Tengku is going to be looking for his opportunity. As he has said in the past, one make series racing, it's not just about how fast you can go, it's about making the right move at the right time. And he's an absolute master of waiting for that opportunity. Both of them now look like they might be closing in on Nakib. You can see the distances between them on the left side of your screen. Still, Mitchell manages to find his way and keep ahead. In fact, he has actually had a good stretch there. A big battle for second, and both of them have to just keep an eye on what Nakib Aslan is doing. So these three beginning very slowly to pull away. Remember, if they've got equal performance and they've got equal abilities in this car, this is all coming down to braking distance, how you take the corners, and how well you can grab that racing line. So there's your top 7. Just behind the top 3, Freddie Yang, Nabil Aslan, Putra Adam, Eddie Liu. Maintaining position and formation in these third generation brand new Vios cars. That's Nabil entering turn 1 now. He has his own battle to fight, and that is against Putra Adam. Top 5 coming to turn 5. And look at that distance now between Nakib and Mitchell Chow. Slowly but surely getting bigger. Already on lap 4. Nice line through there. So far, Nakib Aslan has stuck to that racing line like glue. Still with a fastest lap, and the only driver so far to have broken into the 2:52 mark. But only just 2:52.999. You don't get closer than that. And that's 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Aman Nagdev, the driver from India for Axel Sports, in 12th. Well, if you look at the times at the left of your screen, you can see exactly how close it is. And while it might be a bridge too far for the likes of Dr. Ken Food, Adam Mikhail right at the bottom of the grid, or right at the bottom of the classifications, there's still only just 13 seconds between the top 9 and just 4 seconds between the top 5. Well, if the racing is going to be as close as this for the rest of the season, then TGR fans around Malaysia and Asia are in for a treat. Coming round now to start their 6th lap. This group of 8th to 18th. Well, with no pit stop to add to their strategy, it really is about biding your time, waiting for the exact right moment. There's Adam Mikal, one of the TGR rookies, in fact leading the TGR rookie category right now. In 18th overall, but handling that car well as he takes it through turns 1 and 2. Leading the sporting class, Shafiq Shamsuddin in 13th overall. And of course, as we've seen, Naqib Aslan still, in fact, he has dropped a bit of time. Naqib Mitchell Shah now just 1.6 seconds behind him. Tengku Jan still on his tail. That top 3 have not given up at all. There he is, coming up to turn 9. First overall, first in class. Those are the kind of numbers that his team are going to be very happy with. Now that is Freddie Young under great pressure from Nabil Aslan, who's closed right up. If you remember, he was a little bit further back, Freddie Young. And he was himself pushing Tengku Jan. But as you can see, that gap has opened up. And it's a big, big bunch of cars coming into turn 9. Well, that's the only place we've seen that incident so far, and thankfully it's been the only incident so far. Ooh, very close indeed. Down at that's Daniel Uy from Singapore. That's 26th in overall right now. He's having a bit of a fight with Amrul Afik, one of the TGR rookies. Well, the pack beginning to open up very, very slightly as we start lap 6. Oh, such close racing. You really have to keep an eye on your mirrors and really, really be aware of where you are in terms of track position and the racing line, because if not, just one slight error and you could be giving away position. That's a wide line being taken by Amrul Afik. Cuts in inside. Up to turn 5 again. You have to really get your entry into that turn right, because it is uphill. That's William Ho at the front of this pack. That means Adi Rahimi is just behind him. Yes, he is. He's looking for a way. How William Ho has now got both sides of his back bumper. And you can just see him just losing position there in turn 9, and that was just because he's going to be finding it very hard to brake now. With so much damage, a little bit of damage to Adi Rahimi as well. So these two have really been battling it out. And they're just exchanging positions. All of this playing into Bradley Benedict Anthony's race plan, as he's just behind them. There he is, the number 55 car. And Bradley now having a look on the inside, trying to take advantage of that big fight happening between Ali Rahimi and William Ho. Well, he looks like he might have half a car length. The question is, which of those cars is going to concede the line as they come into turn 15? That's a great move. Bradley Benedict, very nicely done on turn 15. So he's now up into 9th, and William Ho down to 10th. So this is the tail end of the super sporting class. Just behind them, Shafiq Shamsuddin is leading the sporting class at 13th. Well, there's that magic duct tape again. This time it's been used to great effect for Tan Hong Ray. He was in the pits, remember, and that's where all that duct tape has come from. So currently trailing and is actually 5 laps back. But good to see him back on track. This is certainly the big battle right now, and Ali Rahimi has now come to the front of this pack. He's got ahead of William Ho. That is Aman Nagdev and Go Chok Tong, just at the trailing end of that pack. Here is Ali Rahimi. That looks like Bradley Benedict that's now moved in behind him. William Ho, well, I don't know if he's going to get those bumpers fixed, but he is facing a lot of extra drag right now by having those 2 extra flaps really at the back of his car. All 3 of these cars have taken a bit of a hit, but it's good to see things spacing out a little now. And as I said, all of that is strictly from racecraft and driving ability, because this is one make series, so everything equally powered. But look at that damage, wow. And so looking back at the start, and I think we're very lucky with a 33 car grid to see all of them come through nicely, turn 1 and turn 2. Look at that. I mean, that is a huge, huge grid. But a good line taken by Naqib Aslan that ensured him that lead. Mitchell Chow followed him on the outside. You've just got to know the power to weight ratio of these cars well, to know exactly where to exit and enter some of these turns at the Sepang International Circuit. It is not easy. We're back with the top 3, and as you can see, Naqib Aslan is now 2.154 seconds ahead of Mitchell Chow, who is still got Tengku Jan glued to his back bumper. And Tengku Jan will do that. He will stay there. He does not need to make any aggressive moves right now. Right now, he's just being a very ominous presence in Mitchell Chow's mirrors. But it's great to see racing between 2 such successful drivers here in the Vios Challenge. And both of them keeping at least a decent distance behind our leader, Naqib Aslan. Who has the benefit, of course, of a clear track ahead of him. So really, the impetus here is all on Mitchell Chow. He's the one that has to do the attacking and the defending by being the middle car in this pack. but he's certainly capable of doing both. We've seen him do it on a number of occasions. And so back to this huge battle behind them for 8th to 13th. Aman Nagdev with a good move there on the inside to get past Go Chok Tong. Great to have international drivers for the first ever time taking part in the Vios Challenge this year. Great move, there he is, as you can see. Suddenly pulled inside and then gets half a car length, holds it, and comes through. Wonderful work from the Indian driver. Well, how about that? Tekujan has found a way past Mitchell Chow. I did say he was going to wait for the right time, the perfect opportunity, but he's managed to do it. So he is up into 2nd, and that is going to mean that Mitchell Chow is going to be very, very upset at losing that position. He's got to remain calm. He's got to keep his racing line. Doesn't want to do anything too rash right now. But what a drive so far from Tekujan. 3-time champion, remember, this was the actual moment he went past. 3-time champion taking the defending champion at turn 15. Well, now that he's managed to do that, let's see whether he can, in fact, cut into Naqib Aslan's lead of 2.716 seconds. Remember, on the grid, Naqib was saying how it would be great if he could beat him. Great paintwork and livery for the TD Racing team this year. This is the sporting class. Amrul Arif, Chun Beng and Daniel Uy. Very close racing there. Turns 1 and 2. Those are the, well, it's 24th to 26th overall. Adam McCall still leading the TGR rookie class in 16th or 18th overall, I should say. Guys now a little bit off the pace in terms of the lead as we get closer to the halfway mark of this race. Well, it's all about learning. It's all about development. And it's all about getting an understanding of how to race saloon cars and on one of the best tracks in the world as well. That's interesting communication there. That was Kyo Hongzhou from Bay Racing. That's leading that pack. Adam McCall, the head of the TGR rookies, just behind him. And Liu Zuanyan from Bay Racing just behind them. So now back up with the tail end of the super sporting class. That's Aman Nagdev, William Ho, Go Chok Tong, and Mohammed Shafiq Shamsuddin should be just behind them there, the number 88 car. And he's heading up the sporting class. Well, the race evolving very nicely, and it had to happen. William Ho had to come in at some point. There was no way he was going to race with extra drag, and I'm sure that's going to be a duct tape job if they don't take the whole back bumper off. Yep, there you go. The most useful part of racing, duct tape. You'd be surprised what it can do. There's going to be a lot of it needed as well by the looks of it. They're getting extra rolls out. And he's ready to go. There you go. believe it or not, that is going to help him a great deal. Now, he has, of course, lost a lot of time by being in the pits, so he's definitely not going to be in that battle that he was in before. But at least he can get up to racing speed now. Still, by the way, as we look at the head car in the sporting class, Shafiq Shamsuddin, that 2:52.999 by Naqib Arslan is still the fastest lap that has been created on this track so far in round one, race one, which is odd if you think about it, because Tengku Janlei and Mitchell Chia are pushing, but they just haven't been able to make it to 2:52. Tengku Jan with a 2:53.455 and Mitchell Chia with a 2:53.162. That's Adi Rahimi coming into turn 9. Bit of daylight now between these cars in that pack. There's Adam Mikhail heading up the TGR rookie class. Best lap so far, 2:55, and that just goes to show you how fast Naqib Arslan is actually going. Remember, it's the same car, it's the same mechanics, it's exactly the same performance, but he's managed to get 3 seconds extra off just from racing lines, and of course he does have the benefit of a clear track ahead of him. And he has had that since the start. It's been a great run so far. And if he can do it for the next 28 minutes, then he's got himself 40 points in the bag. That's Kenneth Cole. In the 46 car, followed by the first Thai driver to join the Vios Challenge, Panitan Rakpai Bull Sombut. Not the only Thai driver up here this weekend, of course. Support races this weekend included the Thailand Super Series, TSS. Nice defensive run there by Kenneth Koh, turns 1 and 2. So important that you have to get the right line coming in because of that switchback between turns 1 and 2. And he's done well defending that line. And they are just ahead of Adam Mikhail. While the sun beginning to set here at Sepang. And that is actually another factor that these drivers are going to have to take into account. The change in light. As you go from day to night, twilight can be very, very important and significant when it comes to picking these lines and making sure you go as fast as you can. Well, while this has been happening, I can tell you that Tengku Jan has not been able to close in on Naqib Arslan. Naqib himself was a rookie at one point, now up there in super sporting class. And this is the ever closer battle between Kenneth Koh and Panitan. And Panitan having a look. It's close enough now. So these two, 13th and 14th overall, but topping the sporting class. They are currently lapping at 2:55.715. Well, in fact, the whole pack now is slowed slightly, And even Nakib Aslan himself is lapping at 2:54. So after a lightning start, they are settling into their positions well. It's the important part of the race. You certainly don't want to overheat your engine or push the car too fast. It's really about patience. And as I said, finding the right time, the right move. So here is our leader, Nakib Aslan. There's Tengku Jan in second. Mitchell Chia in third as they approach turn 5. That is Freddie Yang, who again is pushing. This time he's up and he's pushing Mitchell Chia. Well, Freddie Yang so far, I'd have to say, has been one of the most impressive drivers, as he's been pushing everyone that he's come across on this track so far. 0.6 of a second between them. And at that point, you have to look at lap times, and I can tell you that, well, Mitchell is just lapping faster than Freddie Yang at the moment. So he should keep his position. But really, I mean, when you look at the lap times, 2:54.011 for Freddie Yang. And in fact, Mitchell Chia is now lapping at 2:55, so this could actually be Freddie Yang's chance. He's now going faster. But it's now, of course, not just a question of having a faster car, it's a question of finding an opportunity of getting past the defending champion, who is absolutely excellent at defending. He has a look, and he, as I say it, the commentator's gonna sees through. Mitchell's not having any of it, and he's managed to cut in on the inside and get that position back. But scary times for Mitchell Chia, as Freddie Yang had him, and he knew it. Well, Mitchell Chia was in second spot, remember, at the start of this race. So it hasn't been the best of races for him, even though he is still on the podium. So this is what happened. It was braking, and all about braking, that's it. Maybe even dropped a gear, but managed to catch the inside line on the switchback coming through, and Freddie Yang is going to have to wait for another opportunity. Mitchell Chia is lapping at 2:55. The fastest man on track right now is Tengku Jan, actually. In second, he's just put in a really fast sector 3. So he's definitely pushing for it. He's only 1.87 seconds away from Nakib Aslan, and is actually lapping faster than him by 300th of a second. So we might just see, there's enough time, Tengku Jan catch Nakib Aslan at this rate. He's marginally going faster. Well, 21 minutes left in this race, and battles happening all over the track at this point. But this is one of the big ones. Freddie Yang and Mitchell Chia, third and fourth. Freddie once again glued to the back of Mitchell's car. This could be an opportunity for him here in turn 9. He's got to watch himself, though. Oh, Mitchell breathes again. Well, looking at the relative lap times right now, Freddie Yang is now just 1/10 of a second faster every lap than Mitchell Chia. Tengku Jan still the fastest man on track right now. There's a bit of contact, and that was Aman Nagdev that went into the back of Bradley Benedict Anthony. Under 20 minutes to go. The battle for third has been raging these last few laps, and it has played into the hands of the front two. They are pulling away. They're now 4 seconds ahead, in fact. As Mitchell Chia and Freddie Yang pass the start-finish line. And that is Nabil Aslan just waiting behind them. And that is the ideal place to be when the two competitors ahead of you are having such a fight. You just sit back and wait and see if you can get an opportunity. He's closing in. And he's actually lapping faster than both of them as well. So that might just be Nabil Aslan coming through. Meanwhile, the front two, as you can see, a lot of daylight now between them and the chasing pack. And Tekujan is very, very slowly reeling in Nakib Aslan. There's Mitchell Chow, there's Freddie Yang. Nabil Aslan now closing in as well. Is Freddie Yang going to have another chance? As you can see, 0.8 of a second now between Freddie and Nabil, and some 6 seconds between 5th and 6th, and some 11 seconds between 7th and 8th. Those are some of the gaps that have opened up, but this is certainly one of the closest. And I think it's safe to say that Nabil Aslan has now joined this battle. It was a 2-car battle, it's now a 3-car battle. Chow has to go wide and then inside, has to defend that line, and he does well again. Such a difficult corner, 9 and 10 to defend. Now he can turn on the jets a little. 11, 12 and 13 a little bit faster. And you can just see how much Freddie Yang is pushing. He's got to watch himself now with Nabil Aslan lurking behind him. Oh, what a battle this is. And it's the exact kind of battle that we're used to seeing in these one-make race series. And that's what the Vios Challenge has, of course, delivered for 6 years now. Good power from Mitchell Chow. So Freddie Yang is going to have to wait a little bit longer. And he's also now got Nabil Aslan all over his back bumper. Well, how quickly you can get a battle between two cars turning into three. And that really is all due to some great work from Nabil Aslan. So at 16 minutes left, and on lap 15, it is Nakib Aslan topping Super Sporting. Shafiq Shamsuddin is still very much in control of the sporting class, and Adam McCall making his way through the field and is up to 15th overall, but is heading the TGR rookie class. Those are our leaders with 15 minutes left on the clock. Well, it's good to see that the track has dried up. It was quite a heavy rainstorm this afternoon. But the weather conditions can change so quickly at Sabang. And remember, the other 2 rounds of the Vios Challenge this year will be also at Sepang, but it will just be on the South Circuit, and there will be 30-minute sprint races. So this is the double-header weekend, really, to kick off the season. Now look how close Nabil Aslan is. He's really turning the screw on Freddie Young. Mitchell Chia is keeping Freddie Young there. Oh, that's a great move from Freddie on the outside, but he just couldn't control it. Was a bit impatient, and that's how hard it is to control on turn 9 and turn 10. And he has lost a lot of time and a lot of ground by trying it. It was a risky move, and it looked for a second that it worked, but he just couldn't control it. Here, have a look at it again. For a second, it looked like he'd done absolutely everything right, but just here, just couldn't cut across Mitchell Chia. And hit the gravel and hit it hard. All it takes is one mistake, and all of a sudden, all that promise and all of that work, hard work that he's done in the first 14 laps has gone right out the window, which means Mitchell Chia now has to face Nabil Aslan by himself. And I can tell you that, well, Nabil Aslan is lapping 0.05 of a second faster than Mitchell Chia, so it's going to call for some great defending from the defending champion, because Nabil is looking to push through and join his brother on the podium. If he gets past Mitchell Chia, it's going to be 2 Aslans in the top 3. Trying on the outside, hasn't got half a car length. He's not going to have enough for the switchback. Great work from Mitchell Chia. But it's not going to work forever if he's lapping slower. If Nabil Aslan, in fact, does keep this pace up, it's going to be very difficult work for Mitchell. There's Tengku Jan, that's in the front of your screen, consolidating his second spot. All over the back of that Prima Pole TD racing car. Well, it's been a different race for Mitchell Chia, not the one that he's used to, as he hasn't done any overtaking. He's actually conceded two spots. He was up in second. He might concede another spot now. And there's confirmation of it. 2:54.286, 0.05 of a second faster, pushing through, trying again. But he has to make sure he doesn't make the same mistake. Is he through here? They're side by side. One of them has to concede. Wow, Mitchell is just not giving any ground, but that is wonderful work from Nabil Aslan. And he's made it through, and rightfully so. Was lapping faster, deserved it, and he's now in the top 3. So Mitchell Chia has conceded another spot, and he's got 10 minutes left to try and right that wrong. Great run from Nabil Aslan. And obviously, great run from his brother as well. Well, 2 young drivers, Nakib and Nabil, who have really responded well to this driving pyramid that they've been on over the last few years. That's Mitchell trying on the inside at turn 15. Didn't make it. I'll get you their lap times in just a second. Well, Nabil Aslan, himself a graduate of the TGR rookie program, has since won S1K, that was in 2023. Of course, the sporting class champion for season 2023, Vios Challenge. And also placed 7th at the Super Endurance 600 of Buriram. just some of the early results from him in his young career. And up into third spot here. So under 10 minutes left in this race. That's Freddie Young, who after that great run is going to have to probably settle for 5th, because he lost a lot of ground on that attempted maneuver at turn 9. Didn't work out for him. Well, how about that? 0.4 of a second between Mitchell Shea and Nabil Aslan. It's getting very tight, and that duct tape on William Ho's right side has not stuck. Well, he hasn't been hit again, as you can see there, flapping in the wind, so he's back to slower laps. Well, it's going to be too much now for Nabil Aslan to catch Tunku Jan, with 8 minutes left, being 7 seconds back. But what a run by the Aslan boys. And Nakib looking so far, if he can hold on for the next 8 minutes, that his dream might just come true. That he's going to beat Tunku Jan. That is Brandon Ho, one of the TGR rookies, second spot in fact, fighting it out with Bay Racing's Liu Xuanyan. And they are 17th and 18th overall. And that's a bit of a bump there on the curb. Lim Chun Beng overall 28th, 11th in class. And his best lap, 2:58, another indicator of exactly how fast and what the difference is between the rear of the pack and the front. With Nakib and Tunku Jan currently lapping at 2:54.929 now. Tunku Jan is lapping 0.07 of a second faster than Nakib Aslan. I don't know if he's going to have the time, because they've essentially got, well, just over 2 laps left. But he is, this number 12 car is lapping 0.07 of a second faster per lap than the leader. You just think if he had a little bit more time, he might be able to reel him in. Still going to be close though. And Nakib certainly can't put a foot wrong. But he's been so far driving very, very well. Young Nakib, as they approach 9 and 10. Tunku Janlei still pushing, still looking. But it might just be a bridge too far. That's his last lap, 2:54.795. Nakib's last lap was a 2:54.929. In fact, it's a 2:54.878, but you look at that best lap, the only driver that has managed to take this third generation Vios car to 2:52 on the first day of racing on Vios Challenge Season 7. There's Nabil. And currently with a back marker behind him, and in front of him, that's Teo Hong Jo. So really, there is no chance for him to catch Tunku Jan in these last 5 minutes especially behind this back marker, unless he gets around very quickly. The leaders have now completed 19 laps. And the gap between the front two, right there at the bottom of your screen, 2.483 seconds, so getting a little bit larger. And I'm sure now that Tengku Jan is going to settle for second. Nabil, I'm sure, is going to settle for third. Remember, it's the start of the season. You want to get these points in, double points for this opening round as well, so it's certainly worth finishing in the top three. It would be great to win, obviously. There's Adi Rahimi, who is in 8th, and that's Aman Nagdev, the Indian driver behind him, who's looking to take another spot. That is 4th position, but he's not going to be able to do it on the outside this time. Adi Rahimi, also somebody we should really mention, because another great run from him. I want to look for a second there that Aman Nagdev might just have got through. And back with our leader. Very solid drive. No significant problems for him. Handled the car well. And has maintained this distance, roughly 2.4 seconds ahead of Tengku Jan. And that's just enough to kill all the options, attacking options for Tengku Jan. Fantastic drive. Well, you can't say that he didn't have a really good go, and his overtake of Mitchell Chow was absolute class to get into second. But even a man with his experience is not going to be able to catch Nakib Aslan, you don't think? But a great start to the Vios Challenge. Don't forget, of course, race 2 of round 1 is tomorrow evening. That'll be around about 6 p.m. tomorrow. Also have double points there, and we're coming towards the last lap now. So just one more lap for Nakib Aslan. There's his brother. Good shot there of 17 and 28. It's been a great opening day for the Aslan boys. So as we get into the last lap, just to confirm, it is Nakib here leading Super Sporting for Axel Sports. Shafiq Shamsuddin is led from start to finish in the sporting class, 11th overall, but he's ahead of Panitan and Kenneth Koh. And for the TGR rookies, it's Adam Mikhail, Brandon Ho, and Amirul Afik in the top 3 spots. And we're on the last lap now. What a great drive from Nakib Aslan. He predicted it on the grid with Mio, and he's made it come true. Not far to go now. That's turn 5 and turn 6. Now it's a very fast run up to 7 and 8. That's a very fast corner, 7 and 8. And then, of course, the slow down here, the downhill run to 9 and 10. And this is where all the action's been happening, not just for the Vios Challenge, but throughout some of the other races today that we've seen. 9 and 10, very difficult corners. And that's, of course, where we saw Freddie Yang go off in this race and effectively kill his challenge. He's settled into 7th. So it's turn 11 and 12 now for the front 2. This is turn 13. Solid drive. Look at that entrance into the corner and the exit. Perfect racing line. This third generation Vios car, as we've already seen in this first race, really does hug the corners. So, final corner for Nakib. He's going to get the full points and the win. Well, it is the greatest development racing platform, and that's a young driver that has just won the first race of season 7. And he's won it in some style as well. In the end, Tengku finishing 2.023 seconds behind, so he did catch up a little, but not enough. Nabil will finish in third, so it's 2 Arzans on the podium. Mitchell Chia had a trying race, having to concede 2 positions, was running in second, and ends up some 14 seconds off the leader. Eddie Liu in 5th, Putra Adam in 6th. Freddie Young's finished in 7th. That should mean Aman Nagdev and Adi Rahimi coming in next as 9th and 10th. In fact, it is Aman Nagdev that came in 8th, so he did manage to take Adi Rahimi in the end. And he's going to have to go down as one of the great performers for this first race. Rahimi in 9th, Bradley Benedict Anthony in 10th. But that is our winner for today. Not only the winner, but also the fastest man on track, that 2:52.999, something to really marvel at. The only driver to hit 2:52. Tengku Jan managed a 2:53.455. There he is. So fantastic work from Nakib Arzlan, and he sits, of course, top of the point standings after round 1, race 1. Solid opening race from the drivers. A little bit wide there from one of the cars. That was Putra Adam, in fact, who is, believe it or not, raced in 3 races today. It's been a day of racing for him, and he still managed to come through. Thumbs up out of the window. Great camaraderie between these drivers, of course. They do drive a lot of different championships. And our final finishes coming through now. Shan Muganathan, Aramugam, and Nkai, which means this car, which is Won Chin Eek, rounds off the finishes, and they'll all be making their way now to Park Ferme. So, looking at the results, Nakib Arzlan with a fantastic results for Axel Sports. Tengku Janlei in 2nd, Nabil Arzlan in 3rd for Wheel Corp. Mitchell Chia ends up in 4th, Eddie Liu in 5th, Putra Adam in 6th, Freddie Yang, Aman Nagdev, and Adi Rahimi take us to 9th, and it's Bradley Benedict Anthony in 10th. Go Chok Tong in 11th, and William Ho in 12th for Super Sporting. For the sporting class, Shafiq Shamsuddin, Panitan, and Kenneth Koh take the top 3. Teo Hong and Liu Zuan in 4th and 5th. Mohammed Amarul Haikal and Dato Ken Fu in 6th and 7th. Daniel Uy from Singapore in 8th. Amarul Arif Wahid and Ashen Shanmuganathan in 10th. Tan Seng Lok, Lim Chun Beng, Shanmuganathan Aramugam in 13th. Nkai E and Won Ching E, who we saw finish just now in 15th. That's the sporting class. And for the rookies, well, Adam McCall was just brilliant from start to finish, and ends up on top. Brandon Ho in 2nd, Amarul Afik in 3rd, Raja Amirul Sazrin in 4th, Audrey Long in 5th, and Tan Hong Ray in 6th. But of course, Tan Hong Ray had that big pit stop at the start. So looking back at the first race, and it was a great start and well marshaled by all 33 drivers as they got into the first part of the race. But it was all about Nakib Arzlan and Mitchell Chia at this point, 1st and 2nd. And it would stay that way Turn 9 once again proving very difficult and just too much congestion, and that was the first of the spin outs that we saw. William Ho took a lot of damage and not even duct tape could save him in the end. This was this wonderful fight between Freddie Yang and Mitchell Chap. And that would go on. They would exchange places for a good couple of laps. But in the end, it was Freddie Yang that would go very wide on turn 9. That's Bradley Benedict Anthony and Aman Nagdev. But in the end, it was all about this car, number 17 car that has led from start to finish. Defended very, very well indeed. Tengku Jan tried his best, but is going to have to settle for second place on this occasion. Maybe he will turn the tables tomorrow for the second race. And that brings us to the end of the Vios Challenge Round 1, Race 1. Do join us for tomorrow's race. It's going to be at 6 o'clock in the evening. For now, from me, it's goodbye.